Hello fans! Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today, we will dive deep into the swirling drama of Port Charles as secrets unravel, alliances are tested, and shadowy figures lurk closer to their prey. Tuesday, July 8th, promises an emotional roller coaster with Daisy Gilmore's obsessive stalker inching toward a dangerous act, Sonny scrambling to repair his fractured reputation, and Jenz Sidwell weaving a tangled web of accusations. Beyond these central sparks of conflict, we'll explore the heart-wrenching family revelations, unexpected romantic twists, and simmering tensions that threaten to boil over. Grab a seat, because the residents of Port Charles are in for a tumultuous ride, and we've got all the juicy details, expanded with fresh insights and imaginative flourishes to keep you hooked. Daisy Gilmore's stalker closes in, a dark cloud over the Quartermain estate. The serene beauty of the Quartermain mansion hides a chilling undercurrent as Daisy Gilmore remains the unsuspecting target of a mysterious stalker. This shadowy figure, whose identity remains cloaked in suspense, appears ready to escalate their fixation into something far more sinister on this fateful Tuesday. Whispers around town suggest that cryptic messages scrawled in unfamiliar handwriting have been left in Daisy's personal space, perhaps a chilling note slipped under her door or a cryptic symbol etched into a garden stone she frequents. These unsettling omens have yet to catch Daisy's full attention, but they've set the stage for a terrifying confrontation. Could this stalker be someone from her past, a disgruntled former friend, or even a hidden enemy within the Quartermain walls? The tension mounts as speculation grows about whether this predator will strike with words or something far more dangerous. Sasha Gilmore Corbin, ever the protective cousin, stumbles upon a harrowing clue that sends shivers down her spine. While tidying up after a family gathering, she might uncover a disturbingly personal item of Daisy's, a cherished bracelet left in an unnatural place. Paired with a vaguely threatening message like, "I'm closer than you think," her heart races as she grapples with the implications. Torn between alerting Daisy and risking panic or keeping silent to investigate on her own, the once safe haven of the Quartermain estate now feels like a labyrinth of hidden dangers, and Sasha's discovery marks the beginning of a frantic search for answers. Will she confide in someone like Cody for help, or will her protective instincts push her to face this unseen threat alone? Rocco Falcone's world shatters, a family secret exposed. Meanwhile, in a quieter but equally intense corner of Port Charles, young Rocco Falcone finds himself at the center of a life-altering revelation. During a seemingly innocent conversation with his mother, Lulu Spencer, Rocco begins to probe into the murky details of his origins. With the innocence of youth, he questions if the late Britt Westburn could be his biological mother, a notion that sends a jolt of pain through Lulu's heart. She gently but firmly clarifies that while Britt played a role in his early story, having stolen an embryo and carried him to term, Rocco is undeniably the child of Lulu and Dante Falcone, forged from their love and DNA. Yet, the weight of this long-buried truth, coupled with the realization that such monumental information was kept from him, leaves Rocco reeling with confusion and betrayal. His trust in the adults around him feels fractured, and the emotional fallout promises to linger. As Rocco struggles to process this bombshell, his father, Dante, will inevitably step into the fray, offering his own perspective in a bid to mend the rift. Picture a poignant scene in their cozy family kitchen, where Dante sits Rocco down with a cup of hot cocoa, his voice steady but laced with regret as he acknowledges the mistakes of the past. Despite their combined efforts, Rocco's young mind may not be ready to forgive or fully understand, needing space to untangle his emotions. Complicating matters further, word slips out that Brooklyn Quartermain unwittingly sparked this crisis by leaving sensitive files about Britt and Ben Westburn within Rocco's reach. When confronted, Brooklyn, unaware of the chaos she's caused, discusses abandoning her revenge schemes with Cody, hoping to wash her hands of past grudges. However, Lulu's protective instincts ignite, and Brooklyn may soon face a fierce reckoning as a mother scorned unleashes her fury for endangering her son's peace of mind. Sonny and the art of damage control. Across town, Sonny finds himself at a crossroads, his reputation as a powerful yet polarizing figure under intense scrutiny. With whispers of mob violence echoing through Port Charles, Sonny strategizes with Laura Collins to curb the escalating chaos threatening to engulf the city. Their discussion, likely held in the dim light of Laura's office, centers on a meticulous plan to restore order and protect Sonny's family from the fallout of his dangerous lifestyle. Laura, ever the pragmatic leader, is desperate to quell the unrest before opportunists like Ezra Boyle seize the mayoral throne, exploiting the town's fears for political gain. Their brainstorming might include public gestures of goodwill, perhaps Sonny funding a community safety initiative or discreet deals to neutralize rival threats, all while balancing the optics of appearing reformed without losing his edge. At the same time, Giovanni Joe Palmieri seeks clarity on Sonny's complex legacy through a candid chat with Carly Spencer. Over coffee at Kelly's Diner, Carly paints a vivid portrait of Sonny as both a fiercely loving patriarch and a magnet for danger, recounting tales of loyalty juxtaposed with the fiery ordeals endured by Michael Corinthos and Christina Corinthos Davis during recent crises. Joe, absorbing every word, begins to see the duality of Sonny's world, how the warmth of family ties can be overshadowed by the constant specter of violence. This conversation adds layers to Gio's understanding, challenging him to weigh the benefits of connection against the inevitable risks. Will this newfound perspective draw him closer to Sonny or push him to keep a cautious distance? Jenz Sidwell's blame game, a web of deception. In a more insidious plotline, Jenz Sidwell proves himself a master of deflection during a tense interrogation by Anna Devane. Unyielding under pressure, Sidwell refuses to confess to any wrongdoing, instead spinning a narrative that paints Sonny as the root of all evil in Port Charles. With a sly grin, he might hint at Sonny's alleged provocations against Selena Wu, suggesting her framing for the pub fire was a direct result of Sonny's machinations. Sidwell's accusations don't stop there. He also implicates Sonny in the tragic fate of Natalia Ramirez, urging Anna to redirect her suspicions toward the mob boss rather than waste time on him. This calculated misdirection, delivered with cold precision in a stark interrogation room, leaves Anna frustrated but unable to crack Sidwell's armor. Could there be a grain of truth in his claims, or is this purely a tactic to shield his own dark deeds? Anna's pursuit of justice hits a brick wall, forcing her to reassess her approach. The web of lies Sidwell weaves not only protects him but also deepens the mystery surrounding Port Charles' recent string of misfortunes. As Anna steps back to regroup, perhaps poring over case files late into the night, the question remains, will she uncover evidence to dismantle Sidwell's facade? Or will Sonny once again become the scapegoat for crimes he didn't commit? The stakes are high, as every false accusation tightens the noose around Sonny's already precarious standing in the community. Romantic entanglements and public breakups, Josslyn's dilemma. On a lighter yet still dramatic note, romance takes a messy turn as Josslyn Jax orchestrates a very public breakup with Vaughn, catching the curious eye of her mother, Carly. This stage split, possibly unfolding in the bustling heart of Charlie's pub, is meant to entangle their fake relationship for the sake of their covert WSB mission. Josslyn might loudly declare irreconcilable differences, drawing gasps from onlookers, while Vaughn plays along with a feigned look of heartbreak. Yet, beneath the theatrics lies a spark of real passion, ignited by a genuine kiss shared outside the pub after a recent blaze. Carly, ever perceptive, senses there's more to the story and presses Josslyn for details over a private mother-daughter chat. Could Josslyn and Vaughn continue blurring the lines between duty and desire in secret, risking both their mission and their hearts? This romantic subplot adds a layer of intrigue to Josslyn's already complicated life, highlighting her struggle to balance personal feelings with professional obligations. As she navigates this Fox breakup, the chemistry with Vaughn simmers just beneath the surface, teasing the possibility of stolen moments behind closed doors. Whether this will lead to true love or catastrophic exposure remains to be seen, but for now, Josslyn must keep her guard up while her heart tugs in unexpected directions. Next, we will uncover the steamy entanglements and hidden motives swirling around Port Charles as Cody Bell finds himself at the heart of a seductive scheme involving Ava Jerome. With emotions running high and loyalties tested, the lines between pretense and genuine passion blur in ways that could alter relationships forever. On this intriguing journey through July's drama, we'll explore Cody's dangerous dance with Ava, the potential fallout with Molly Lansing Davis, and the unexpected matchmaking efforts of Max Scorpio. Packed with fresh details, imaginative twists, and deep dives into each unfolding plot point, this expanded story will keep you on the edge of your seat as we navigate the turbulent waters of love. deception, and regret in the ever-dramatic world of General Hospital. Cody Bell's tempting game, a kiss with Ava Jerome on the horizon. In the sultry haze of a Port Charles summer, Cody Bell stands at a crossroads of desire and duty, teetering on the brink of a potentially explosive moment with Ava Jerome. Tasked by Christina Corinthos Davis to weave a web of seduction around Ava as part of a calculated plan, Cody initially approached this mission with caution, fully aware of Ava's notorious past filled with manipulation and dark secrets. He even negotiated hazard pay, a testament to the risks he perceived entangling with such a formidable femme fatale. However, as days turn into weeks, subtle shifts in Cody's demeanor hint at a growing fascination. Late-night conversations at Ava's gallery, surrounded by hauntingly beautiful artwork, reveal layers of vulnerability in Ava that Cody didn't expect, perhaps a shared story of loss or a rare glimpse of remorse in her eyes. Could this be the start of something more than just a ruse, or is Cody merely playing his part with Oscar-worthy precision? A charged encounter looms on the horizon, promising to bring them perilously close to a kiss that could change everything. As the air crackles with tension, GH fans can't help but speculate on whether this impending lip lock will be a calculated move in Christina's scheme or a genuine surrender to attraction. Picture a scene under the dim glow of a chandelier at a clandestine meeting spot, where Ava's enigmatic charm draws Cody in, her hand brushing his as they share a glass of vintage wine. The moment hangs heavy with possibility. Will Cody lean in, driven by a spark he can't deny, or will he pull back, reminded of the stakes at play? Whatever transpires, this intimate clash is set to ignite a firestorm of emotions, leaving viewers eager to see if Cody can maintain his cover or if Ava's allure will unravel his carefully laid plans. Inner conflict, Cody's heart caught between two women. Beneath the surface of this seductive charade, Cody grapples with an internal storm as his feelings for Molly Lansing Davis remain a steadfast anchor in his heart. Their bond, forged through shared laughter and quiet moments of understanding, perhaps over morning coffee runs or late-night talks at the local diner, has grown into something precious. Molly's genuine kindness and unwavering support contrast sharply with the dangerous game Cody plays with Ava, making his divided loyalties all the more agonizing. Every smile he fakes for Ava feels like a betrayal of Molly, yet the thrill of the mission and perhaps a buried attraction to Ava keeps pulling him deeper into the plot. What happens when a stolen glance or a lingering touch with Ava stirs something real within him? Cody's struggle to separate mission from emotion paints a portrait of a man torn, haunted by the fear that one wrong move could shatter the trust he's built with Molly. Complicating matters further, the aftermath of any intimate moment with Ava could plunge Cody into a whirlpool of self-doubt and regret. Imagine him retreating to his apartment after a near kiss, staring at a photo of happier times with Molly, his mind racing with questions. Was that moment with Ava just part of the act? Or did a part of him truly want it? The internal tug-of-war intensifies as he wrestles with the possibility that his heart might be straying, even as he convinces himself he's merely following orders from Christina. This inner turmoil sets the stage for a storyline rich with emotional complexity, where Cody must navigate the treacherous terrain of his own desires while striving to protect the relationships that matter most. Scorpio plays Cupid, a push toward Molly. Amidst Cody's dangerous flirtation with Ava, a beacon of hope emerges in the form of Scorpio, who takes notice of the genuine chemistry brewing between Cody and Molly. With the keen eye of a seasoned detective and the warmth of a concerned family friend, Mac observes their interactions, perhaps catching them sharing a light-hearted moment at a community picnic, where Molly's laughter echoes as Cody helps her with a playful game. Sensing the potential for something lasting, Mac decides to step in as an unofficial matchmaker, subtly encouraging Cody to prioritize this blossoming connection over whatever risky endeavors he's entangled in. Over a casual beer at Charlie's pub, Mac might drop hints about Molly's admiration for Cody's loyalty, planting seeds of encouragement that could steer him away from Ava's dangerous orbit. Mac's well-intentioned meddling adds a delightful twist to the narrative, offering a counterpoint to the darker undertones of Cody's mission. Yet, it also raises the stakes. Will Cody heed Mac's advice and pursue a future with Molly, or will the pull of his commitment to Christina's plan prove too strong? The prospect of Mac orchestrating a surprise setup, like inviting both Cody and Molly to a cozy dinner under the guise of a casual hangout, injects a touch of warmth into the drama. However, the timing couldn't be worse, as Cody's deepening involvement with Ava threatens to cast a shadow over any chance of romance with Molly. leaving fans to wonder if Mac's efforts will bear fruit or wither under the weight of secrets. The seduction plot thickens, real feelings in a fake game. As July unfolds, the seduction storyline involving Cody and Ava takes on a life of its own, with the boundaries between pretense and reality becoming dangerously blurred. Seduction plots in Port Charles have a notorious history of spiraling into genuine emotion, and Cody's situation appears to be no exception. Each encounter with Ava, whether a staged rendezvous at a secluded park or a chance meeting at a high-society event, carries an undercurrent of authenticity that Cody can't ignore. Perhaps Ava's sharp wit and unexpected tenderness during a late-night discussion about their past mistakes begin to chip away at his defenses, leaving him to question whether his racing pulse is just adrenaline or something deeper. The closer they get, the more Cody risks losing himself in the role he's playing, setting the stage for a messy collision of real feelings and fabricated motives. This evolving dynamic promises to deliver intense drama as Cody and Ava's intense moment draws near. If they do share a kiss, the fallout could be catastrophic, not just for Cody's mission, but for his psyche. He might find himself replaying the moment obsessively, able to shake Ava's image from his mind even as he meets with Christina to debrief. The complexity of this plot lies in its unpredictability. Will Ava sense Cody's wavering resolve and use it to her advantage, or will she, too, find herself caught in a web of unexpected attraction? General Hospital thrives on such tangled webs, and this storyline is poised to deliver a masterclass in emotional chaos as Cody navigates the fine line between deception and desire. The inevitable fallout, Ava's wrath, and Cody's regret. Looming over Cody's every move is the certainty that his involvement in Christina's scheme will not remain a secret forever. When Ava inevitably discovers that Cody has been working against her under Christina's orders, the repercussions could be nothing short of volcanic. Known for her fierce temper and unrelenting thirst for vengeance, Ava might uncover the truth through a careless slip in a heated argument or a betraying document left in plain sight during a tense meeting. Envision her icy stare as she confronts Cody in the opulent Jerome family penthouse, her voice dripping with betrayal as she accuses him of exploiting her trust. The fallout will likely unleash a wave of chaos across Port Charles, with Ava potentially targeting not just Cody but Christina as well, dragging others into the fray of her wrath. For Cody, the regret could cut even deeper than Ava's anger. Beyond the immediate danger of her retaliation, he risks sabotaging his budding connection with Molly, whose faith in him might shatter upon learning of his duplicity. Picture a heartbreaking scene where Molly, tears in her eyes, questions Cody at the pier under a stormy sky, asking how he could entangle himself in such a deceitful plot. Additionally, Cody may come to rue the day he ever agreed to Christina's plan, haunted by the realization that his actions, whether driven by duty or desire, have cost him dearly. The potential destruction of his personal relationships, combined with the professional peril of Ava's fury, paints a grim picture of the price of playing such a high-stakes game. Next, we will delve into the stormy seas of marital discord rocking Port Charles as Portia Robinson unleashes her frustrations on Jordan Ashford, pinning the blame for her faltering marriage to Curtis Ashford squarely on her rival. With deceit, desperation, and simmering passions at play, the tension between these three threatens to boil over, leaving relationships shattered and hearts in turmoil. In this expanded exploration, we uncover the layers of Portia's schemes, Curtis's conflicted emotions, and Jordan's undeniable allure, weaving in new details and imaginative scenarios to paint a vivid picture of the drama ahead. From staged kisses to heart-wrenching accusations, join us as we navigate the treacherous waters of love and betrayal in Port Charles, where every choice could lead to salvation or ruin. Portia's desperate gambit, a kiss meant to claim. In the heart of Port Charles, Portia Robinson finds herself grappling with a marriage on the brink of collapse. Her union with Curtis Ashford fraying under the weight of past lies and unspoken resentments. Driven by a fierce need to reclaim what she fears is slipping away, Portia orchestrates a calculated moment of passion, a staged, fiery kiss with Curtis at their family home, timed with airy precision for Jordan Ashford to stumble upon as she drops by with case files for a joint project. The scene unfolds with dramatic flair. Portia, clad in a striking crimson dress, pulls Curtis close under the soft glow of the living room chandelier, her lips meeting his in a display of possessive ardor. Jordan, stepping through the doorway, freezes at the sight, her expression a mix of shock and quiet pain before she turns away. Portia's intent was to send a clear message to her perceived rival, marking her territory in the most visceral way possible. Yet, this bold move, meant to solidify her hold on Curtis, risks igniting a firestorm of consequences she may not be prepared to face. The aftermath of this audacious stunt reveals the cracks in Portia's plan, as Curtis reacts with unbridled fury at being used as a pawn in her manipulative game. Storming out onto the terrace to cool his anger, he might confide in a close friend over the phone about feeling like a prop in Portia's desperate theater, his voice thick with betrayal. Portia, meanwhile, stands alone in the now silent room, her heart pounding as she realizes her attempt to stake her claim has only deepened the chasm between them. Her gambit, intended to ward off Jordan's influence, instead casts a harsh light on her own insecurities and the least perhaps about her past decisions regarding Trina that have already strained their bond. Will this act of desperation be the final straw for Curtis, or can Portia salvage the wreckage before it's too late? Blaming Jordan, Portia's accusations fuel the fire. As the dust settles from the stage kiss debacle, Portia doubles down on her narrative, pointing an accusing finger at Jordan as the root of all her marital woes. In a heated confrontation at the hospital cafeteria, where colleagues can't help but overhear, Portia lashes out, claiming Jordan's lingering presence and unresolved history with Curtis are the true threats tearing her family apart. Her words paint Jordan as a scheming interloper, a siren whose very existence lures Curtis away from the life Portia has fought to build. She might dramatically recount late-night work sessions between Curtis and Jordan at the precinct, exaggerating their closeness with tales of shared laughter over old memories, ignoring her own secretive behaviors that have fueled Curtis's distrust. This public blame game, charged with raw emotion, is a risky play. Portia hopes to rally sympathy and force Curtis to take her side, but she underestimates how her tactics could alienate him further. Portia's accusations, while rooted in fear and desperation, gloss over the deeper issues at play, including her own role in the marriage's decay. Imagine a tense family dinner at the Robinson-Ashford home, where Trina Robinson, caught in the middle, silently observes her mother's tirade against Jordan. Her own loyalties torn between parental love and the truth she senses beneath the surface. Portia's refusal to acknowledge her past deceptions, perhaps withholding critical information about a shared decision that impacted Curtis, only widens the rift. If Curtis catches wind of this public outburst, will he see it as a cry for help and stand by Portia to mend their fractured bond? Or will her relentless finger-pointing push him to question whether their marriage is worth saving at all? The stakes are sky-high as Portia's strategy teeters on the brink of spectacular backfire. Curtis's torn heart, loyalty clashes with longing. Caught in the crossfire of Portia's machinations and Jordan's magnetic pull, Curtis Ashford wrestles with a maelstrom of emotions that threaten to tear him in two. Stung by Portia's calculated kiss and the web of lies that preceded it, he finds himself retreating to familiar haunts like the pier at dusk, where the lapping waves echo his inner turmoil. His anger over being manipulated flips, reliving the moment in a heated flashback as he slams a fist against a railing, clashes with his deep-rooted commitment to Trina and the family unit they've forged. Yet, in quiet moments, Jordan's presence looms large, her honesty and the comfort of their shared past, like late-night stakeouts filled with whispered dreams, draw him closer despite his resolve to honor his vows. Curtis stands at a precipice, torn between duty to a struggling marriage and the undeniable chemistry reigniting with his ex-wife. The complexity of Curtis's predicament deepens as he navigates the potential fallout of any renewed connection with Jordan. If he allows their old spark to flicker into something more, perhaps a stolen moment of tenderness in the precinct break room, where their hands brush over a case file, does he risk shouldering blame for betraying Portia before officially ending their union? Picture a late-night confrontation with himself in the mirror, his reflection revealing a man haunted by the weight of his choices to defend Portia against her own accusations out of lingering loyalty, or to let Jordan's allure guide him toward a path he once thought was closed. His commitment to Trina anchors him, yet the pull of something authentic with Jordan tempts him to cross a line he may not be able to uncross. Will Curtis find the strength to confront Portia with honesty, or will he let unspoken desires dictate his future? Jordan's role, villain or unwitting temptress? At the center of Portia's accusations stands Jordan Ashford, whose mere existence seems to threaten the fragile foundation of Curtis and Portia's marriage. Portia paints her as a deliberate saboteur, but Jordan's perspective tells a different story, one of unresolved history and unintended chemistry. Their shared past with Curtis, filled with memories of undercover missions and quiet confessions under starry skies, resurfaces in subtle ways. An knowing glance during a crisis at the PCPD, or a supportive touch on the arm after a tough day. Jordan, focused on her duties as deputy mayor and co-parent to TJ, may not actively seek to rekindle old flames, but the pull between her and Curtis is palpable, a simmering undercurrent that neither can fully ignore. Could a late-night coffee run, meant as a platonic catch-up, spiral into a moment of vulnerability where old feelings bubble to the surface? If Portia escalates her blame game with a public accusation perhaps at a town fundraiser where Jordan is speaking on community safety, Jordan's response could be pivotal. Envision her taking the high road, calmly refuting Portia's claims in front of a curious crowd, asserting that her interactions with Curtis are professional and tied to their shared responsibilities. Yet, beneath her composed exterior, she might wrestle with guilt over the undeniable connection that lingers, questioning whether her presence truly exacerbates Portia's pain. Jordan's integrity shines through, but if Curtis continues to gravitate toward her, will she remain a passive player in this drama, or will she confront her own heart's whispers? The dynamic between these three promises fireworks, with Jordan's role as either villain or unwitting temptress hanging in the balance. Trina's burden, the daughter caught in the crossfire. Amidst the clash of accusations and attractions, young Trina Robinson bears the heavy burden of witnessing her parents' marriage unravel. As Portia vilifies Jordan and Curtis wrestles with his conflicting loyalties, Trina becomes an unwilling spectator to their strife, her own emotions a tangled knot of love, frustration, and fear. Picture her retreating to her art studio in the attic, sketching furiously to process a recent argument she overheard, Portia's sharp words about Jordan echoing as Curtis stormed out into the night. Trina's bond with both parents is unbreakable, yet she senses the fault lines beneath Portia's desperate tactics and Curtis's growing distance, leaving her to wonder if she'll lose the family stability she's clung to through so much hardship. Trina's position adds a heartbreaking layer to the narrative, as she might attempt to mediate, perhaps organizing a family outing to the local fair in hopes of rekindling happier times. Her efforts a carousel ride with forced smiles and cotton candy shared in silence could either soften Portia and Curtis's resolve to fight for each other or highlight how far apart they've drifted. Trina's silent plea for unity weighs on Curtis, who may feel added pressure to shield her from further pain, while Portia might exploit this loyalty in her bid to keep him close. Will Trina's presence be the glue that holds them together, or will the strain of her parents' conflict push her to seek solace elsewhere, perhaps in confiding to a trusted friend like Josslyn about the chaos at home? Conclusion: a marriage at the breaking point. As Port Charles simmers with tension, the saga of Portia, Curtis, and Jordan unfolds with the intensity of a gathering storm, where every accusation, every glance, and every choice could tip the scales toward reconciliation or ruin. Portia's desperate kiss and relentless blame of Jordan threaten to push Curtis further away, while his unresolved feelings for his ex-wife cast doubt on his commitment to salvaging his marriage. Jordan, caught in the middle, embodies both a threat and a temptation, her history with Curtis a silent force in this volatile triangle. With Trina's heart hanging in the balance, the path forward remains shrouded in uncertainty. Will Portia's tactics drive a permanent wedge, or can Curtis find clarity amidst the chaos? Stay tuned to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel for every gripping update as we follow this tale of love, deceit, and divided loyalties. What do you think lies ahead for this fractured family? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep the discussion alive.